First, he laboriously drills a hole in a giant ant heap when he is sure a baboon is watching him, because he knows baboons are incurably inquisitive. Next, he puts some wild melon seeds into the hole and works them in so that they drop into a hollow. Then he saunters off, knowing the baboon is burning with curiosity. The baboon doesn't trust that human being at all, so he plays it cool. But he's dying to know what gives in that confounded hole. Finally, Mr. Inquisitive can't take it any longer. He's got to know what's in there. He reaches in, grabs a fistful, and now his hand's too big to come out. If he had the sense to drop the seed, he could free his hand. Now he lets go when it's too late. So that was a smart enough way to catch a baboon, but he still has to make him talk. Now he knows that salt is very scarce in this particular area, and that baboon is going to eat those lumps like candy. In fact, he has such a ball eating salt that he completely forgets he's under arrest, and that in a little while he's going to be a mighty thirsty baboon. Next morning, the Makhalahati goes to have a closer look to see whether his prisoner is ready to talk. He decides the brainwashing has worked, so he sets him free, knowing that in his condition, he won't care who follows him to the secret reservoir. The Makhalahati has no eyes for the beauty of the setting. To him, water is beautiful.
Incredible. Double up. What are your thoughts on that one, sir?
We're starting today's video with a clip.
Yes.
Of our baboon, I won't call them leaders, but our rulers.
What a way to kick it off. Incredible.
Champions!
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
While you just saw that, these cryptic messages. Carry on,
you know
brother.
what's so funny though?
What's that?
When we were younger, we used to go sit under the tree, and the elders would be there telling us stories about the tortoise. This is one of those. This is how Africans got their educations many years ago. This here is exactly what's going on the African continent and many other continents that has been colonized. Right? The baboon is inquisitive. The baboon is curious. And guess what? The baboon does not trust the colonizer. I'm using the word baboon because they call us monkeys, so let's just go ahead and fly with the word baboon and monkeys. Want to call me a monkey? Okay, I'll be a monkey. But that does not mean that a monkey is not smart.
This is true.
Right?
This is true.
But here's the problem with the monkey though. With the rulers, not leaders. Because if a monkey knew how to rule or lead, it won't be doing that kind of dumb shit. Here's why. They give you a little piece of sprinklets, seed. I am hungry. Yeah, they look for the hungry ones among you.
Yeah.
They look for the most curious ones among you that want to take that leadership role.
Yeah.
And they give you a little piece of it. Of course, human nature, definitely, not that it's the main source of human nature, but greed is a factor in all humans. We all have to deal with it. We have to overcome it as well. You into yourself, that egoistic aspect, you go and you say, hey, what do they have there? Everything that shine and gold. But I gotta go figure out if it's gold. So you go and you go put your hands in it. And you know what's so funny with a lot of African rulers? Again, rulers, not leaders. They have the opportunity to exit. They've been caught. They were curious, but they got caught in the system. Pull out. They will not pull out. Because, hey, it feels good at the moment. Right? They hold on to it. They hold on to the power. Do your time, leave. No, hold on to the power because they put you in that role to be their puppets, but you want to hold on to that power for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And then they bribe you with fake printed money. That is the IMF and the World Bank, which in this case represented the salt, because you can get salt anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In that video, salt was the fake fiat money.
Yes.
And they will eat that thing until no tomorrow. Don't they? You see how big they are?
This is true. This is true.
Fly private jets, have 70 cars. Crap that does not matter for your society or your community.
Yeah.
And then they brainwash those leaders. Why do I keep calling them leaders? Those rulers to brainwash a bunch more older people.
Yeah.
The police, the army, the staff, your educational system doesn't teach you about your community. So you're fully brainwashed after they've given you all that fake money.
Yeah.
And then you now lead them into your community where they now control your entire
you take
society.
them to your resources.
To your natural resources,
Yeah.
to your people's brains, to your people's...
You know, not all African leaders, but most African leaders these days need to really consider the fact that they have really been a disgrace. Your whole legacy has been one of theft, manipulation, and extorting your people. If I was a president of a country, especially if I was a president of a country for multiple years, right? And at the time that I'm leaving the country no better.
Then I found it.
I've not helped anyone in the country to achieve their dreams. I'm sorry, man. Everything that you have done has just been... it's really... I get that people are going to put themselves first and their own personal interest first, and your family might be wealthy and all of that good stuff. But I would imagine that you can imagine something that is bigger than yourself. You know, anyone that has done something that is noteworthy, something that is improved society for the better, has a serious impact on society, you will notice that those things were bigger than themselves, and those people thought outside of themselves. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with anyone making profit. I'm all for making maximum profits. If you look at Tesla, this guy is doing something that is transform society as we know it.
Yep.
Right? Going against the grain, because it's not something that was always embraced, right? This is why all the other auto manufacturers, especially in America, had this whole period where they had to struggle to catch up to Tesla, because
they're still trying to catch up.
Exactly, right? Because they let this man have the free run on that situation. So if you look at Nelson Mandela, that is someone that's put his life on the line. Martin Luther King, right? They thought outside of themselves, aimed for something bigger, and their sacrifices benefited so much of their community,
Yep.
right? Whether it's trying to end this slavery and discrimination and things like that, or trying to bring an end to the apartheid and so on and so forth, right? These people think bigger, think outside of themselves, do not only think within. And you can see that within or let's say some nations, where you see that these people have that mindset of only thinking about what is good for them and what is beneficial for them, not everybody else. You see that, in fact, some of those communities are still engaged in apartheid-like or straight up apartheid-like behavior, right?
We can talk about that in America right now.
Exactly. So, with that being said, okay, this video here and the significance of it is something that Bitcoin, right, cuts through this sort of manipulation in a very strong way, right? Because when you have true real money, right, like you were describing, that the stuff that the guy put in there and the baboon held on to trap him, the seeds, right?
I think it was melon seeds or something.
Exactly, right. Like you said, it was fiat. When you have a lack of resources, when you're in a place of desperation, right, you will fall for many things. Like if someone rolls up and gives you a ton of fiat that you cannot say no to, and you think that is what true value is, you might fall for those things, but really your morals now also come into place, and your values, right, also come into play at this point. So when you have superior money that cannot be printed by anyone else, I think you will find that the temptation will actually subside. Because you know that anything that someone is printing to give to you has no true value. In fact, when you now know that there is superior money, you can actually demand that people pay you in Bitcoin in order to engage in business with you, instead of finding yourself in this place where someone can print so much money and bring it to you and you're enticed by it. Because for one, there's nothing you can do, because if you say no to the money, right, there will be consequences. So now you have to take the money because you're like, well, at least if I take the money, I can go and buy Lambo and do all these other things with my family, you know, overseas. Bitcoin is incredible in the sense that if you know that something is limited, right, and you understand the true value of it, because Bitcoin will force you to understand its value, because that 21 million is 21 million. There's no getting around it, right? And we know that this is now something that is truly scarce. I think that especially for people who are in a leadership position, right, or in a ruling position, if they have sufficient Bitcoin, which is the disappointing part, because many of them still do not understand what this Bitcoin thing is. Because
they've been brainwashed.
Brainwashed. Exactly. What is it? And I'll give you evidence of this right now, right? Because if you have sufficient Bitcoin and you see that the trajectory of your economy is upward with this continuous adoption of Bitcoin, I think
like
that
El Salvador.
Exactly. Which is actually what I was going to use as proof too, right? Like, what is it that fiat people can offer you that will trump Bitcoin? Because I think we've seen that. Because if you look at El Salvador, right, coming back to that, I wonder to myself, if these people are continuously buying Bitcoin the way it is, and Bitcoin is going to where it is, I think El Salvador is going to be richer than the IMF. El Salvador is richer than the IMF right now, if you ask me, because
it's real money.
It's real money, right? So what is it that the IMF can offer El Salvador that will make El Salvador go, Bitcoin is not the situation here. Let's take this fiat money from these people. Incredibly revolutionary time we're living in.
You know what's so funny about that video?
What's that?
Baboons have been known to use tools. A baboon that is not lazy, that is hardworking. Again, I keep using this monkey thing because you want to call us monkeys? Okay, let's use monkeys. Monkeys are not dumb. I'm not sure if you've dealt with a monkey before.
I mean, it's supposed to be a demeaning something, you know, which is really interesting. I've always wondered, like, why is it that all these races have a name to call black people? I mean, they even come to Africa and still try to call Africans monkeys.
Yeah,
like, okay,
in your own continent.
Yeah, exactly.
But is the dumb ones? Yeah, actually, some of them should be called baboons. Now that I'm thinking about it, because that same baboon that went to stick his end inside that hole could have easily used the stick instead of sitting down, twizzling his end, waiting for free money. Yeah, free fake money.
Yeah.
You can go grab your own resources. It's your own land. It's your own resources.
Exactly.
But instead, you're looking for free, fast money. Exactly. And then now you give away your entire continent.
Exactly.
Yeah. The leaders are the baboons. I mean, why do I keep calling them leaders? The rulers are the baboons, not the people.
Yeah. They're the baboons.
It's not the people.
And I would
because you saw that guy that actually implemented the strategy.
Yes.
Isn't it African? Isn't he black?
He's African and black. Well, that's what I'm saying. Though. It's like there is just this ignorance that goes around the world, and it's really distasteful. Where there's all these communities that have a horrible word that they want to use to refer to black people. Personally, I'm over it, man. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. You know what I mean? I'm talking about more like in the sense of like, not like how you're describing that.
Yeah. But I get it.
But the people that come over to the African nation and
you saw that science though. That strategy was implemented by the black person.
Yes. So
imagine using that same level of smartness to run an economy.
A lot of black history has been hidden.
Whitewashed.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Yes, we know about
I learned
this.
something this week. You want to know what I learned this week?
What is that?
The metro system that everybody uses around the world.
Mm-hmm.
The railway system.
Yeah.
Underground railway system. Black man designed it.
No shit.
No shit. Yeah. I was surprised.
Interesting. Kind of like the traffic light. So,
Black person.
this is the thing, man. It would be nice to just have it in history books, just like.
But you're not the one writing the history, bro.
But we can write our history book, though.
We're doing it right now on Stack.
Yeah, we should write our history book. We'll write our history book, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, it's not that the information is not out there, but I think it's also about asking ourselves, why is it that a certain group of people want to take other people's work and take credit for it? It is a very different way of thinking. It is a very different way of thinking. Why is it that this group of people always want to go to another person's environment and take what belongs to the others?
Can I say something real quick?
What's that?
Controversial.
Go ahead.
Could. Oh, man. Okay. Block us if you want to. Could the old Gaza Strip situation be...
Oh, boy.
I'm using my black brain, man. Come on, let me use it.
Go for it.
I'm allowed to think.
Hey, no, as you should. You saw they cancel Candace because she was trying to think. But anyway, go for it, brother, because it does not matter at this point. It's very important that you say what you want to say, because if you don't, right, it is one step closer to censorship for those people.
One step closer to appetite.
Yeah.
Information appetite.
Absolutely.
The cheapest way to route resources, food, services across continent right now is the Panama Canal.
Yeah, Red Sea. Yeah.
You gotta go through Egypt, controlled by a bunch of brown, black, skinned people. What if they attempt to escape and skip that route? Take out Palestinians in Gaza. Maybe it's been a long-term investment, and then run through that little strip of land and skip the whole entire Panama Canal. Therefore, stealing the entire land and piece of people's living and lifestyle. It's an attack. I think it's a long-term strategy that has been implemented. That is just my monkey brain thinking.
Stand by, man. Stand by. I mean,
I said monkey.
Brother, listen, monkey, you can call it monkey brain. What comes out of the monkey brain cannot be disputed with. Okay? Facts is facts.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean? So,
we're about to pull up the maps.
Yeah, I want to see the map.
Global map.
Yeah, I want to see the map real quick. That is an interesting, listen, I love me some geopolitics. So, whenever these things happen, I'm always glad for it. Kola, please, you can cut this one out if you want, but...
By the way, Kola is our editor.
Yes.
Smart guy,
man.
On the African continent, man.
Dropping all the... Yeah, look at that. All the way in the African continent, making that dub. Okay? That's lovely, brother. That's incredible. So, as we see, let me share a screen here, folks. Before we wrap this one up. So, currently, if we look at this map here, we can see that obviously we have Africa there, and a lot of trade comes through from China, and they go through the Red Sea, which is right through there, right? So you have Gulf of Aden,
and they will never talk to you while you have those pirates over there, because they're like, hey, we want our piece of the pie, y'all not giving it to us, but everybody keeps quiet about it.
You know what? As an African nation, we need to fortify this line here. This whole line.
They ain't working together though. Instead of them working with freaking bricks, they're like still fighting one another.
Well, look at this. Ethiopia is a BRICS nation.
Yep.
I think Eritrea will definitely join soon.
Oh, those two are still fighting each other, even though they are brethren.
Eritrea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those people are that confused. So are the people in Somalia. They don't even know if they were black at this point.
We're coming to the finding that Somalians were probably the initial Egyptians, or the Sudanese were the actual initial Egyptians. But long story.
I will not be surprised, because my cousin did some ancestry stuff, and it turns out that my ancient people are from Egypt. So, and that's kind of close. Yep. We see here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But what you were saying there...
I tell you, my Africans can walk, man. My grandma used to walk some serious distance.
Oh, yeah? Okay, so now check this out. So if they're coming through here...
Yep.
And then they get to this point...
And you got to go through Cairo, you got to go through that Egypt, you got to go through there. Like, no, where are we going?
They don't want to go there.
They don't want to go through there.
Because they're paying.
Of course they got to pay.
And if they can stop going through there, then they cut Africa out of the equation.
Yep, and they go through that purple section instead.
And they'll cut through this
Yep,
line here.
yep.
And then bust out.
Bust out.
I mean, from a political standpoint, can you say you don't see it?
I don't see it.
Can you say you don't see it?
I don't see it.
It is, it's right there.
If you don't
It's
know,
right there. You
now
don't
you know.
Now you know, right? Well, I think that plan has to fail. That plan has to fail because that cannot be done. Absolutely, because then whipping through there would definitely bring more commerce towards the people who are the perpetrators right now of this heinous activities that we're seeing on our TV screens or our internet screens. So, wow. I did not even think about
and now Saudi Arabia gets a piece of the pie. Maybe that's why Saudi Arabia is on their side.
Well, but you know, this is the thing, okay? When you look at this here, you say Saudi Arabia is on the side of...
On the yellow side. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is helping America host their aircrafts and launch it against everybody else.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, some from I think that from a, what do they call this thing again? Diplomatic standpoint, right? You still have to engage in other things, in other sort of business. However, I think that everyone's patience, because you know these people here have lost friends all over, and Saudi here is close to BRICS. They're definitely
they're changing their minds slowly.
Yeah, they
especially now that they want to get rid of their oil and replace it with battery-powered cars.
Exactly. So it's like they have that communication going on, right? So I think that this plan is, that plan is probably going to fail, man. And
they're trying it right now, though. Let's not give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying.
Oh, you mean like they're trying it right now?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about. Oh, they're fighting each other. Blah blah blah. That's the biggest strategy going on, man.
That is incredible. That just makes, well, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. That's an incredible.
Just saying.
Yeah. Whew, incredible.
Who would have thought?
Hey, listen, I'll say this though. Russia, okay, coming through over here, they're over here, boom, boom, boom. I mean, and but we need some strong fortification right along this line, like
that is where that concentration needs to be at.
Yes. Yep. Okay, we need iron fence.
And you wonder why Russia is in Syria.
Yeah.
Look at where Syria is on the map.
Let's see where we are.
Yeah, you gotta go to the right. Turkey, Syria, Iraq. You wonder why.
Oh.
You wonder why.
Oh, they're over there like, let's see you make that happen.
Yeah.
If you make that happen, we are here to make sure that it does not happen.
Like, you really want to skip me, huh?
Incredible. Incredible. That is.
And it's so funny how those little small nations up there in the nuts want to control the entire globe. Or want to control the entire globe.
Yeah. Even though they produce nothing for the globe.
NATO. Why do you think NATO is that? Those are those guys.
Wow. Interesting. I think that is a very strong analysis there. So, that's
imagine going for monkey thoughts. Talking about global economics.
What do we know, man? We're just monkeys, bro. What we're saying.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? But if you get outsmarted by a monkey, it makes you look doubly stupid. Okay. Let's wrap this video out here, man. Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate you guys rocking with us. We are also over there on X as STAKKFin and Spotify as Stack. Last but not least, be sure to check out our website, stackfin.com. Okay, we have some Bitcoin courses going on there. We have some trading courses going on there. Maybe you just want to learn a little bit more about crypto in general. Okay, how to invest and all of those other interesting things. We have some free consultation on the BK Crypto website there. Same for the BK Crypto squad as well. They have some inside of a free 15-minute consultation. Let's say if you want to learn about Bitcoin, you can come up here and be like, hey, let me book a 15-minute
free.
Yeah, free 15-minute session.
Time is money,
right?
But we're giving you 15 minutes for free.
Exactly. Discuss with Brazen what this stuff is about, all that kind of stuff. Right?
And if you're financially jacked up by the fiat system, we'll get an answer.
You're more than likely.
We'll get an answer for you too.
Exactly, right? We have Miss Roshana Bennett over there. Okay. She's a powerhouse. Coming through with some financial soul healing, okay, and a lot more coming down the line in the future. Double up. Do we have everything covered, sir?
Amen. Yeah. That was a good video. We're not on Solano.
Listen, man. When your mind is able to think for itself, man, you just roll.
You don't need the altcoin for that conversation.
Yes, I mean, you don't have to be rolling within a box. The interesting thing about intelligence, is that it comes in many different ways. There are people who are so smart in one thing, but then they hit the ceiling, and no matter what they do, their brain cannot go past it.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a different video. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, Brazen out.
Double O.
Hey.